guys, so just before we get into the video, I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about channel memberships as well as channel support in general. So my channel memberships are $2.99 a month, and with that you get custom emojis that you can use during live chats and whatnot. And then I also have member-only videos, which are usually a more personal look into my life. They're more blog style. And also on a sporadic basis, I do member-only giveaways. My goal, though, is to be able to do more giveaways. Not just member-only giveaways, but more giveaways in general on the channel. But I would like to reach a point where I can do at least one members only giveaway a month. As far as other channel support, there are multiple ways that you can do that, which are all in the description box below. So if you guys really enjoy my content and you guys can, maybe you could do me a favor and check out, my channel channel memberships, or check out the options for channel support in general. It is greatly appreciated. Like I said, I do have some goals where I'd like to be able to start doing more regular giveaways for you guys. So yeah, let's get into the video. Hey guys, and welcome to another Stitch of the Week. If you're new to my channel, I'm Adrian, and Kiwi is my Indian ring neck. You'll hear him chirping every now and then in the background, I'm sure. So if you are unfamiliar with this series, what I am doing is each Friday I will show you guys a stitch, or show you a stitch tutorial out of this book called the New Crochet Stitch Dictionary. 440 different patterns, and there is the author right there. Now I will link this book in the description box below if anybody is interested in picking one up. But right now we are still working through basic variations of basic stitches is what we're working through. So we're still pretty close to the beginning of the book. This week we are going to be doing number 13 in the book, which is called Combined Stripes. So I will turn the camera around and we'll get started. Okay, so for this tutorial, I am going to be using just some Lion Brand mandala scraps. I recently used this colorway to make a cardigan, so I'm just going to be using these scraps. Hopefully the color is not too dark. You'll be able to see the stitches. I'm thinking it should be okay. Oh, lots of yarn barf here. So this is a weight 3 yarn, but it is discontinued. I am just going to be using the hook that I have handy, which is my Winter Mouse hook. I get these hand sculpted hooks from a lady on Etsy. This is my 6.5 millimeter hook. She's got lots of designs that you can pick from. You can also pick from a Boy, a Susan Bates, or a Clover hook here at the bottom. And then she hand sculpts all of this. They're really nice. And they also come with matching stitch markers, which she puts a loop on here for, so you don't lose them. I always take mine off anyways. But if you guys are interested in this hook or some of her other work, I will leave her Etsy shop linked in the description box below. I'm always trying to draw some attention to, you know, Etsy shops. People, there's a lot of people out there that try really hard to get their stuff out there. So for this stitch, we're going to start off with a slip knot. And you're going to chain any number of chains that you would like plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 15. So I've got my chain of 15. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to be placing 1 double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So we're going to be skipping this 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to put our first double crochet right there in that 4th chain. And we're going to double crochet all the way across until there is only 2 chains left. Splitting the yarn here. Let's see. We can move the camera just a wee bit closer. I feel like I'm holding my hands out very far away from me to stay in frame. So one more. Now, for these last 2 chains, we're going to be double crocheting these 2 together. So we're going to yarn over, go into that first chain, and draw up a loop. You'll have 3 on your hook. You're going to yarn over, draw through 2 of those loops, and then yarn over again. Go into the second, well, technically your last chain. Draw up a loop. You should have 4 loops on your hook right now. You're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over again, and pull through the last 3 that are on your hook. And that is how you double crochet 2 stitches together. It should look like this. So I think we started out with 15 chains. We double crocheted into the fourth one from the hook, so that would have left us with what, 15 stitches, and or not 15 but 11 stitches I think is what we should have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, not counting the starting chain. I do think this is a stitch that could get very confusing, where you could lose your stitch count very easily. So if you've never done it before, you might want to count after each row to make sure that you have the correct number of stitches. So for row 2, we're going to chain up 3. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to be placing 1 double crochet in between the posts of these double crochets. So your chain 3 is going to be on top of your double crochet 2 together. Now next to that double crochet 2 together, if you pull them apart, there's going to be a hole between this post and this post. That's where you're going to place your first double crochet for row 2. And you're going to do that all the way across, placing your double crochets in between the posts of the previous row. Now your last stitch should go between this double crochet post and your chain 3 that you started from this previous round, or previous row, I'm sorry. And if we count, I believe that should be 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stitches is what I have. So for row 3, we are going to chain up 2 this time. We're going to turn our work, and we are going to, so we're going to jump on the other side of this double crochet, and we're going to be placing single crochets into each of these spaces. So this time it's kind of the same kind of row, but we're going to be doing single crochets instead of double crochets. This particular stitch does use quite a few different stitches, so we're going to go across, placing single crochets in between the posts of those double crochets. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and once again, that last stitch is going to go between your chain 3 and your double crochet here. And that is stitch number 11. This is what mine is starting to look like. So again, for row 4, we are going to chain 2. We're going to turn our work. Now this time, we have see if I can pull these apart to show you. So this time we're going to be working single crochets in between single crochets. So if you see that small little hole right there, that's where your first single crochet is going to go, in between this V here and this V here. If you pull those legs apart, I guess you could call them, there's actually a small hole there, and we're going to be placing our single crochets right in there. Just like that. See, there's a leg of a single crochet, and there's a leg, and you're going to place it after the second leg and before the first leg of the next stitch. So there's a leg, and there's a leg of another stitch. We're going to place it right in between there. And we're going to do that all the way down the row. And again, that last single crochet is going to be worked in between the single crochet and this chain 2 space here. I guess you could say it's being worked into the chain 2 space. So I'm going to go ahead and count my stitches to make sure I still have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, plus a chain 2 space here, which I'm not even sure I stayed in frame for that, but I do have 11, and then I have a chain 2 space here. So for row 5, we are going to chain up 3 and turn our work. We are going to place a double crochet into this very first stitch here. Just like that. And then we're going to go across this row, placing double crochets until there are only 2 stitches left. So if you look here, it looks like I only have 2 stitches left, but what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and put a double crochet into this one here, and then we're going to place we're going to double crochet this stitch here with the chain 2 space from the previous round. And what that does is it makes sure that we still have 11 stitches, or how many ever that you chained. So I'm going to go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I have exactly the right number of stitches. So for our final row, we are going to chain up 3 and turn our work, and we're going to be placing double crochets between the posts again. So this is a post, not here, because these two were double crocheted together. So between the second one and the third one, I know in my case, because I'm using such a large hook, it does look like I have one here, but this is all one stitch. So we're going to go in between. I'll place a double crochet between this double crochet 2 together and this double crochet. We're going to do that all the way down the row. Hello, Kiwi. And again, that last double crochet is going to go in between this double crochet and your chain 3 from the previous round, which should give us a total of 11 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 plus a chain 3. So that is the pattern. Now the repeat is going to be rows 3 through 6. So if you're counting your first row of double crochets, that's 1, and then 2, your first row of single crochets is going to be your third row. So you're going to repeat from row 3 to row 6, and so you have the right length, or but that is how this stitch looks. I am going to maybe do a couple more rows, and then I will turn around the camera and give you guys my thoughts. Alright guys, so I didn't go ahead and work any more rows up. I didn't do any of the repeat rows, specifically because Kiwi is over here stealing pistachios and he's just like not having it right now. But here is my swatch. You can see the single crochets right there in the middle, and like I said, you're going to repeat rows 3 through 6. So you're going to repeat from this first row of single crochets up to the last row here, and that's going to be your repeat. So it is a 4-row repeat. I think that if you don't pay attention, your stitch count will be off. I think it's very easy to lose your stitch count on this one. It does use a combination of single crochets, double crochet together, and double crochets. If you count your chain, your foundation chain, that's 4 different stitches. But I do think this stitch would be good for maybe a blanket if you didn't want something too terribly heavy. It's kind of, the fabric that it makes is nice because it's somewhere in between a closed stitch, which is really dense, and a super open stitch like a shell stitch or a V-stitch or something like that. So it's kind of nice, and it's also pretty basic given that it does use mostly just double crochets and single crochets. You only have to do the double crochet 2 together, I think every 4th row, it looks like. I did 1 there, and then 1, 2, 3, yeah, it looks like every 4th row I did 1 set of 2 double crochets together. or double crochet two together, however you want to say that. And I think if you're a beginner to decreasing or a beginner to double crocheting two stitches together, I think that it's a good stitch to try. But I think mostly I think it'd be good for blankets. I can't see myself using it for a sweater or any wearable, mostly because probably I would get busy or I would get sidetracked and then I'd lose my stitch count and I'd get frustrated, but you know, it is what it is. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's stitch. I will be back next Friday to show you stitch number 14, which is called the knot. In the book, it's called Knot Stitch in Rows. As you guys know, these stitches are all new to me, so I'm learning as I go. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!